Texas, but like it's hectic when I come here, you know. And that's the crazy thing is like you just, you know, you're only home every once in a while, and everybody wants a piece of you, and you want to give it to them. But it's crazy, and it's a lot easier when I'm not racing, honestly. So if I ever get pulled away, it'll be because of my other commitments, TV commitments and things in the morning. It's fun though. I love it. I mean, I continue to come back because I think it's important. So
what are you doing?
We're going to another Boost signing. So it's an MDK/Boost Mobile signing. So should be good.
Better than yesterday.
You're way better than yesterday.
Am I?
Yeah. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Can I see your poster? I want to see it.
Yeah.
Is it an old? Aww. So that's when I met Chad.
Yeah. 1999.
So we were together. Yeah.
I used to have an even older one.
That's so cute. I love it.
Tired.
Is it easier than school?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that better?
That's it. Too slow.
Dude, bright lights, huh?
Very. That's much brighter than Cardiff.
Way brighter than Cardiff.
It's slippery in some areas, but I was actually really surprised with how rough it got, how ruddy it got, and how bumpy it got.
Yeah, because they send you guys out after guys have already been racing on it. Did it break down more than you were expecting?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because when we did driver, like I said, it looked like it was going to be more concrete, but it really got rough, so I was very surprised.
Little KTM kids getting ready. It's funny because Pace did it in St. Louis, obviously, and then he had a spot for this one, which, you know, like when you think about kids only get an opportunity to do it once in a lifetime, and he was really fortunate to get a spot on this one. But kind of in that time of agreeing that we're going to do it, he started transitioning onto a 65, and then he got a little bit nervous, and then I ended up talking him into it, but then I ended up making the dad executive decision that I pulled him out because it's a busy weekend for us, you know, as a family, so I didn't know how I could handle it, but I also can't predict the future, and I got hurt and have a lot more time on my hands than normal, but anyway, it would have been pretty cool to see him do one in the US, do one in Australia, but anyway, those 20 or so kids will have a blast, they'll love it. It's so cool, I love watching it every time.
Was in the big rider intros, they wanted to include you on the lander for one of the interviews so you can talk to the crowd and everything.
I haven't been told that yet, but that's good.
I think I got to get you to sing the national anthem. I haven't told you yet.
You got that?
I got it,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be good.
Like, I always walk the gate and I say, okay, where's the exact straightest line, right? For me, last night it was gate 8. So it's like 8's the spot, right? And then, but then what's the strategy beyond that? Okay, well, this guy picked first. And so if you're lining up second or third behind them, you're going to go here, you're going to go there, you know, all that. And even like, I think the first turn area is really critical because it's long start and everyone's pushing wide. So like, almost like a pre-race report, if you were down pre-race and you're in the first turn, right? And so you've got your camera guy and you're like, look, this guy's going to go wide out to there. You know, like those type of things. I think if we can communicate on that, it'd be really good.
All right, so Joel, Hito, do you guys want to run through this?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to take the boys up. You want to do a broad brush?
The good thing is I've actually done this,
We are going to spend time on
so I'm not surprised. Racing's so much easier.
Then TV.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't hurt yourself on TV.
Yeah.
Hey, can you still see this without glasses?
It's being a little larger wouldn't hurt.
Ralph and I are like, it's not happening.
Well, at least I got them covered on that. I can see it.
Doesn't mean we can't have them down to the start line and get
10 pages deep. Can I get my times in real time, not this ridiculous 24-hour time?
It's military operation, mate.
I have never done military.
So 19 is the 7.
I lived 18 years of my life here and I've never seen that.
Really?
What happened?
It's like, that's how you know it's in the PM.
that is not. I am well aware it's in the PM.
Letting it breathe otherwise, but floating around the room feels
16 pages. I haven't had 16 pages in a long time. The behind the scenes. See, this is honestly, I've been in the booth, quite a few times. I obviously have experience and seen all this before. Multiple different shows throughout the years with TV and stuff in the US, but it's gnarly. It's so easy for people to sit on the couch at home and comment, make noise, but it's a gnarly job, it's a tough job. I have so much respect for these guys that do it, the guys that do it well, and just like anybody that does it well, that's their natural habitat, people like Fro coming in, Ricky, people like that, it's not an easy project, we don't grow up thinking that that's what we want to do in life, you just race dirt bikes, and most of us are, US people homeschooled or didn't go to school, or dropped out early in my case. So it's kind of funny. But at the end of the day, you're talking about a sport that you love and a sport that you know a lot about. So the goal is to make the experience better for the people at home on the couches. Test 1 2 1 2. Got it. All right. Yeah, definitely get a good whole shot and get through that first turn. I think the biggest thing is gate positioning. I'm never a big fan of being on the inside, so I would definitely put myself on the box. Big TV guy. Big TV guy. 1.2.
No, he was overall. The other guys, he was on this one, but overall he's P1 overall complete. They were 46.7s, Oldenburg and Seal.
Because this was the first and only qualifier?
Yeah. No, he rode good.
But walking over these, I noticed that they're all actually quite loose. So, I don't know, I think that would be a choice that you would want to make as a rider is, get one that's stable and feels like when you launch off this thing with 60 plus horsepower and 450, that it's not going to move around. Welcome, man.
Could you please start off your head?
Your forehead?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks so much, Jad.
All right, so we're at the corporate box. This is something that's unique with, I wouldn't even call it off-season racing, just Australia in general. And I think they do a great job of, combining that fan experience, a special place to eat better food, eat better drink, have better drinks, should I say. And then, for that, the athletes play a role in it. So, been coming here a long time, and it's always cool because these guys are so stoked to see you. They're here obviously to watch the race, but, we get 5-10 minutes with them. So, check it out behind the scenes.
Good evening, all the Supercross fans here at Marvel Stadium in Melbourne, Australia. Everybody having a good time so far? Doesn't sound like you're having a very good time. That was pretty weak. Is everybody having a good time here at Marvel Stadium so far? Think back to, what would your very first Supercross in Australia would have been? I mean, where would, if you can remember that far back, that is?
That one, Jesus was the boy. Look, I think I started racing Supercross. I think the first one I did was at Sydney Showgrounds, so that we sort of started in those arenas, and then we went out to sort of speedways and other showgrounds in rural Australia. And then I think in the mid-80s it really spiked and took off here with the start of the indoors, where you had Sydney Entertainment Centre, Brisbane, Boondall, Rod Laver Arena. Some people a little bit younger than me might remember those days. Chad probably remembers those days as a kid watching them. And then it sort of continued on, and then all of a sudden we started having this influx, or not influx really, we had a couple of good guys, Australian guys, take off overseas, and this guy was the main one that pioneered Supercross and put Australia on the map.
All right, now, I know a lot of you guys probably don't recognize this guy, but he is a 3-time World Supercross champion. So, big round of applause here for Chad Reed.
You know, to go through that transition of, you know, my first Supercross as a child was going to Newcastle Motodrome, and then back in those days, at 12 years old, you could ride an 80cc with the pros. So I was very, very fortunate, and I think that honestly, that was the beginning of kind of my era. You know, transitioning into that role of going over to Europe and America and being successful, because the platform was that we got to ride in front of the 5,000 to 8,000 people at Rod Laver and Brisbane, Sydney, and really that just gives you that, you know, as a 12-year-old kid, you're just like pumped, you know, you're super stoked that everybody's cheering you on, and back then you had the girls, and it was like, wow, this thing's cool, you know, and to come to where we are now, it's crazy because I thought that this was going to happen 20 years ago, you know. 2002 we did the first World Supercross in Europe, and there was so much talk, we're going to go to Australia, and then for whatever reason it just never happened. And so my career is come and gone, but here I am at 40 years old, 2 years retired, and was so excited to come and race a World Championship in Australia, in my home country that I grew up in, but I'm here but not racing. But yeah, just pretty crazy, really proud as an Aussie to grow up and see Supercross and where it's evolved to where it's at today. Did you see me yesterday?
Yeah.
I seen you on Instagram.
Yeah.
You're famous now.
Thanks.
How you doing?
That's actually you.
Are you having a good day?
Yes.
That's awesome. Where's your dad? Because yesterday we missed the picture. Should we get it now?
Yeah.
Hey, it was nice to meet you, man.
Yes.
Have a good one.
How you feeling? P1?
Feel good. It feel good. Real good. Fine, dandy, amazing, beautiful, great, awesome. Any other synonyms for feeling good? I don't know, man.
As long as we get that Superman.
Getting better as the weekend goes. I don't get many opportunities to hit a ramp, so this is really my only chance. So I've been practicing them once at practice, and I'm getting a little better. We'll see, man. I don't know. I need more time. Don't judge me off this. I can do better, I promise.
All right, I'm mic'd, got my things in my ears. Earlier I had only one ear, so it was really weird because the dirt bike noise is obviously so loud and it drowns out the one side, and then you turn that side up and then it blasts your eardrum. So now I got both ears, so it's good. So yeah, this is, in my opinion, this is like the most enjoyable part of the night for me. Like, this is where you get to turn it all off, all the bullshit stuff is over. And at this point, you get to just, you know, kick everybody out of the pits, and then now it's just you and the crew. And I loved this part. Like, I loved coming out, seeing a dark stadium, do the anthem, do the opening ceremonies. It's always easy to do it when it's all, for the most part, quiet, not a lot of fans, not a lot of pressure because, you know, you're just kind of you, the bike team. Now this is what you got to do. So I love this part of the show. Only a second and a half off, and I thought 2 years out of the game, you know, with Dad coming out of retirement wasn't all bad, so I was so excited to get here, but I'm here but no bike.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure watching you over the last sort of year or two. You know, such a good dad. The amount of time you've been putting into your kids. They started in BMX, they've got into motocross now. Yourself and your wife, Ellie, you guys just absolutely love it. And we can see how much of a family man you are. But now the horns come back out again. You want to come racing?
Absolutely. I mean, I stood on this floor 3 years ago in 2019 and, you know, announced my retirement to professional racing at a pro level, and it was the best decision I ever made. And honestly, COVID sucks, but the world shut down. I got to spend a lot of time with my family. They were playing soccer, that shut down, and then they picked up dirt bikes because there was nothing else to do. for me, that's a blessing. I don't have to go soccer. We get to go to the dirt bike track, enjoy it. All three love it. And honestly, that was why we came out of retirement, is just to allow the kids to see Dad racing at a pro level, get to come home to Australia and see fans, family, and just enjoy it. Hey, good ride. Yeah, really good. Just put yourself in good places. Go have some fun, mate.
I tried to start wide then, but now I know I'm not going to go wide.
I think you don't want to be much wider than the box.
I jumped out good and then he went ball.
Yeah. Hey, you can be on the podium easy tonight. Dude, just go have fun.
Top speed's alright.
No, everything's good. Honestly, you just got to put yourself in a good place. Go have fun. Get them.
Opportunity to talk to some of Chad's teammates about what it's like being a teammate with this seasoned veteran who's a multi-time world champion.
The greatest Australian Supercross rider of all time,
Chad Reed is such a legend for so many reasons.
I mean, Chad, he is a legend. Chad's been in the game for so long. The guy that came from overseas and stuck it in with all the American guys.
My senior year of high school, I really looked up to him for his style.
I was a big fan growing up. I met Chad for the first time when I was like 12 years old. He was helping me out back then. Now I'm 33 and I'm still learning from the guy.
We all looked up to Chad when we were little.
One of the all-time greats, period.
To be able to call him a friend is something that I think is really, really cool.
Chad Reed is a bloody legend, mate.
Chad Reed is a bloody legend.
Chad Reed is a legend, mate.
Chad Reed is a bloody legend.
Chad, how does it make you feel to have those guys say, you're a legend? When you were introduced to this crowd, they went crazy around here.
No, I mean, the support of your peers is bigger than anything. It's like you can you earn that, and I feel honored. I don't have a whole lot of words other than just being really, really honored.
I think we might have to undo that hat and open it up one click after that little feature we had right there. It was very complimentary. I had the opportunity to call a lot of races with you back in America, and there was this one race that in particular you were riding the Kawasaki. It was just my all-time favorite moment. I mean, we were just banging on the tables, past James Stewart for the win at Anaheim. It was just, great memories for me too, even as a broadcaster.
Watching that over and over because it was a good one. You don't want to turn it off. I can remember you two calling that one. It was at Anaheim 1 or 2. Actually, it was Anaheim 2 or 3. Actually, I won both of those.
Yeah.
And I won them in such different ways, and I can honestly say that those are my favorites too.
I can tell you it's been an honor to call your races. I don't like calling them when you've had crashes. Unfortunately, we had to do that in Cardiff.
We did that, and not ideal, but with life, you get bumped down, and it's how you move from there and your next moves. You got to get back on the horse at some point, and figured it all back out. So put that behind me.
You and your wife Ellie have 3 beautiful children who are getting interested in racing dirt bikes or other forms of motorsports with your daughter, for example. How do you use moments like that to inspire them to fight through the adversities that are going to come, not just in sport, but in life in general?
I think in life in general, I think that there's such a small number of people that make it in racing. And for me, all you can do is lead. It hurts, it sucks, you're mad, you're angry, you're all these things, all these different emotions, and I think that they, as your children, hear that, because I think sometimes you can't hide it, and they just need to know that it goes away and life is going to be okay,
Hey, is it true that your daughter is the most competitive person in the entire family, especially when it comes to dirt bikes?
To say the most, it's a big one, but she is very competitive, hates to lose, and I think if that's what she chooses to do in motorsport, she can do it.
But number 2 might be your wife Ellie, right?
Number 1, I'm sorry.
She's got the crown there.
The low speed rebound like 1 or 2. Just see if you can get a little more weight on the front.
Next race is going to be SX2 race number 2, and here's Chad Reed.
Shane McElrath, how's the track doing, mate? It's all about the start, looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to pass, and thankfully we got a longer start today, but the track is not in prime condition, and it's only going to get worse, so starts are key right now.
Go get him, man. Good luck. You raced yourself into second place, 7 down. What's the plan from here?
Got to hold on, got to try and check out and not worry about anything else. It's hairy out there, so let's just go and get it done.
Do that, mate. Good luck.
Cheers.
Yeah, bud. Good job.
Thanks.
underneath, like between the 2 wheels on the blue bike here.
Chad, what is it like for these guys trying to get ready to go right again?
It's it's really intense, guys, and obviously I did all the training for this. So one thing I noticed is that generally speaking, you know, we start on these gates and they're metal. When we start on them, the bikes are for the most part cool. I look at Josh Hill's bike here, and he's coming in and his bike's overheating and it's dumping all on this metal grate. As we know, antifreeze on anything is not great. Fresh off of retirement, or announcing retirement, right? I know that feeling, but man, 1 point off. Is there a game plan, or just do what you do and have fun and let it come to you?
Yeah, the biggest thing is just executing this start. I think if I can execute this start, get the whole shot, and really just lay down like the first 5 throw down. So that's the game plan. That's what we're gonna stick to.
Solid game plan.
First thing she said, I'm gonna show you. She goes, "Hi."
That's your wife.
All right, come on down.
You can't see her because she's the dog. That's your mama.
Love you. Hey, by the way, you cannot stay out there with a flat tire, just saying.
Ah, thank you.
God said it was tied. I'm like, how are they tied? They can't be tied. They are tied, and I'm like 3 times, and then I'm like,
Courtney, we don't stay on flat.
that's right. 65 only.
Yeah, we're 65 only. I'm 85 only.
No wonder they were getting flat tires. Look at this.
You got that?